Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the Finance 360-degree sessions. So in these sessions, we cover all the important and relevant finance current affairs and the RBI notifications which are important from your exam point of view, from the regulatory body's exam point of view. Okay? And in today's session, we are going to cover three very important news articles. The first one is going to show you the India's UPI power. Okay, so that is we are going to see that in which countries the UPI has become accessible. The next news article is regarding the card network on which restraint has been put by the Reserve Bank of India, and why this restraint has been put by the Reserve Bank of India. That is very important that we are going to see, and under which section, that is also what we are going to see in today's session. The next news article is from PIB, so you can understand that how important it is, and there is the MOU that has been signed between the IEPFA and the DBS Bank. So what is this IEPFA and why this MOU has been signed? What is the background of this? We are going to understand all of this. Okay, so these news articles, they are very important from the examination point of view, especially the objective part of the exam. For the objective part of the exam, these news articles are very important, and the India's UPI power, this is also important from the descriptive point of view, because I have brought for you some additional information that you can use in your answer writing. Okay, so let's get started, but before that, do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap to continuously get the exam relevant information and the videos, as well as join our Telegram channel where you will get the PDF of the session. Okay, and the Telegram channel link is provided in the description box below. So good morning Ram, good morning Shalini, good morning Ayush, good morning Sorish, and good morning Durga. So welcome to the class everyone. Good morning Kavya. So welcome to the class everyone. So starting with the first news article, that is the UPI, the India's power. Okay, so UPI goes global. This is the picture that has been released by my government in their LinkedIn. It was released, this picture was released, and this was shown in the Live Mint newspaper. Okay, and that's why I have brought this for you. So this has been released. UPI services now reach Sri Lanka and Mauritius. Recently in 12th February 2024, there was the launch that happened in which the UPI has reached to the Sri Lanka and Mauritius also. So the France, UAE, Mauritius, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Bhutan and Nepal, these are the 7 countries in which the transactions or the facility of the UPI has started for the Indian people. As well as in Oman and in Malaysia also the talks are going on. But for now, these are the 7 countries in which actually the UPI has started. Okay, so this is the news article that you need to remember these 7 countries, and as promised to you, I have brought some additional information also for you that I will show you. But before that, Indians can now use the UPI to make payments in the 7 countries that are these countries. Okay, this is the picture that has been recently released by my government, Meri Sarkar. So in this ID, this is released, okay, by the government itself. So following its launch in Sri Lanka and Mauritius, the UPI payments are accepted now in 7 countries, that is Sri Lanka, Mauritius, France, UAE, Singapore, Bhutan and Nepal. Okay, so these are the highlights that I have brought for you. So I have searched the various websites, I have gone to the previous newspapers, and I tried to find the important points from each of the countries. So recently, so this is from the recent to the oldest, so that you can remember that, okay, first it came in Bhutan, then it came in UAE, Nepal, Singapore, and in this chronological order you can remember this. Okay, so recently in February 12, 2024, the UPI has been rolled out in Sri Lanka and Mauritius for the Indian travelers there. Okay, for Mauritius, this is a vice versa situation, because the Mauritius travelers can also use their system in our country. France, so recently what has happened, during our Republic Day, during India's Republic Day, there is the launch of the UPI in France also that happened. So this is something important that is there. You can read the news articles regarding this. I have just brought the important point regarding the France one. So Eiffel Tower is the first merchant to offer the UPI payments in France, and the service will soon be extended to other merchant locations also in the tourism and retail space across the France and Europe. So this is the start that has happened, and the announcement was made in Paris at an event organized by the Indian Embassy in France to celebrate India's Republic Day that happened this year. So I hope you will remember this also. Then coming to the Singapore, in February 2023, there is the launch that has happened of the cross-border linkage between India and Singapore using their respective fast payment system UPI and the Pay Now. So this talk started in September 2021. I hope you remember that there was the discussion between the Monetary Authority of Singapore and the Reserve Bank of India that there will be the linkage between the Pay Now and UPI. And in February 2023, the linkage started working. Okay, so in September 2021, the discussion started between the Reserve Bank of India and the Monetary Authority of Singapore regarding the linkage between the Pay Now of Singapore and UPI of India. And the linkage actually started, the launch of the linkage happened in February 2023. Okay. Nepal, so in February 2022, Nepal became the first country to adopt the India's UPI system for their digital transaction within their country. That means the local people of the country, they can use the UPI very easily. So you can understand this clearly that the local people of the Nepal, they can use the UPI, and that's why the Nepal became the first country to adopt the digital transactions. Okay, providing the interoperable real-time person-to-person and person-to-merchant transactions in the neighboring country. So the other countries, they have launched the UPI, or they have adopted, or they have accepted the UPI only for the Indian travelers. For their own country, they are not using the UPI. But Nepal started using the UPI for their own country. Nepal completely adopted the UPI. Okay. Now UAE, NPCI, International Payments Limited, NIPL, partnered with Mashreq, one of the leading financial institutions in the UAE, to offer the acceptance of UPI in the UAE in August 2021. Then you can read about the Bhutan. Bhutan was actually the first country to adopt the UPI standards for its QR deployment. So the Bhutan got the help of India to develop Bhutan's own QR code, own QR development they can do with the help of the UPI standards. And the first country in our immediate neighborhood to accept mobile-based payments through the Bhim app. So Bhutan actually accepted the Bhim payments. So that was the first country. Now I hope this is clear, and you can use this in your examination in your descriptive answer writing. So this is the complete information that is there. Okay. Now coming to the first news article for today, that is the payment intermediary by card network restraining of unauthorized payment system. So there is a press release that has been released by the Reserve Bank of India that we are going to discuss regarding the unauthorized payment system. So the Reserve Bank of India has issued orders restraining the commercial transactions that is routed through intermediaries by a card network. So what has actually happened? Why the RBI is restraining, and what is the restrainment order that has been released by the Reserve Bank of India? So till now, is everything clear? Give me a thumbs up so that I can continue forward. So let's discuss about the details regarding the unauthorized payment system. Okay, so let's discuss in depth what are the details regarding the unauthorized payment system. Okay, clear? Sorry. Others also? Is it clear to everyone? So now, see, it has come to the notice of the Reserve Bank of India that a card network, now the Reserve Bank of India has not given the name of the card network. There is many of the news articles that are saying Visa or that are saying MasterCard, but actually the Reserve Bank of India in its press release has not given any name for the card network, in which regards the Reserve Bank of India has released this press release. So remember this, that no name has been given by the Reserve Bank of India. Whatever speculations are being made by the newspapers only. Okay. So here it has come to the notice of the Reserve Bank of India that a card network had an arrangement that enabled the businesses to make the card payments through an intermediary to some other entity that is not able to accept the card payments. So what is happening? Understand this very clearly, that a card network arrangement has been found which enables businesses to make the card payments through certain intermediaries to entities that do not actually accept the card payments. So through this intermediary, the businesses are able to make the card payments to some entity that is not accepting the card payments. So how this transaction is actually happening? Okay, so what is happening under this arrangement? The intermediary accepts the card payments from the businesses, and this intermediary through the RTGS, through the NEFT or through the IMPS is sending the money to the third party then, or through the, to the actual entity to which the money should go. So the money, see what should happen, that the business should directly be sending the money to the entity, but the entity is not accepting the card payments, and that's why the business is sending the money to the intermediary through the card payments, and this intermediary then is sending the money to the entity through any other method of the fund transfer. So in this way, the business is actually not directly connecting with this entity that is getting the money. So here what can happen? The money laundering can happen very easily through this method. So RBI has found this kind of method that is actually there by a card network. So it has come to the notice of the RBI that a card network had an arrangement that enables the businesses to make the card payments through an intermediary to another entity that actually do not accept the card payment. It's not like that for bad thing only this is being used. This can be used for the good purpose also, but this is being restrained by the Reserve Bank of India. Why? This can be used for a good purpose, that a person might not accept the card payment or an entity might not accept the card payment. They are getting their payment from the business. So what is the problem here? So the problem here is, on closer scrutiny, it was observed by the Reserve Bank of India that this arrangement qualified as a payment system. Like the UPI, through UPI from your bank, the money is transferred to the another bank account. Through the card payment, the money is being transferred from your bank account to some other bank account. Through the wallet, the money is being transferred from your wallet to some other person's bank account. So that is the payment system. Now this is also actually a kind of payment system that the business is able to send the money to the entities through the intermediary. So this is also a payment system. Like right now also we are using the UPI, that is a through the third party apps like the Google Pay, like the Phone Pay. They are the third party apps. So we are using those apps to actually send our money from our bank account to the another bank account. So this is also a kind of payment system where the intermediary is being used. So this is qualified as a payment system. Under the provisions of the Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007, such payment system requires the authorization under the Section 4. Remember this section very clearly. Under the Section 4 of the PSS Act, the payment system should have got the authorization, but the card network did not directly inform to the Reserve Bank of India. Maybe the card network was not aware that this is a kind of innovation that has happened in the country. This is a new thing that has come into the notice of the Reserve Bank of India. So this is actually a new payment system that has not got the authorization by the Reserve Bank of India. That's why the Reserve Bank of India is saying that the authorization is not there. Okay, under the Section 4 of the PSS Act, any payment system has to get authorized under this Section 4 of PSS Act, so that the Reserve Bank of India is aware about the payment system and can bring the guidelines and the rules and regulation for a particular payment system, so that the money laundering or the terror financing is not happening through the payment system. So which has not been obtained in this instance. In this case, the authorization has not been got by the card network. So the activity was therefore without legal sanction. So I hope this is clear. Is it clear? Understanding the point? Now many of the news articles, many of the different websites, they are giving the different information. I will show you that this is directly from the RBI website. Okay, but now is it clear? Because see, I will show you that why we can say that there is a chance for money laundering. For that also the RBI has specified. Okay, I will show you that. Is there any confusion here in the understanding of the connection? Clear? Okay. So now the arrangement has also raised following concerns. The intermediary in the above arrangement pooled large amount of funds into an account which is not a designated account under the PSS Act. That means the Payment and Settlement System Act, there is no account that has been made under this act for such a large amount of funds that are being collected by this intermediary. That means businesses are sending huge amount of money for the other entities through this intermediary that the intermediary is keeping with itself before sending it to the entity. What if this intermediary runs away with the money? What if this intermediary is trying to take the money of the businesses without further transferring it to the entity? So that problem can also arise, as there is no designated account for the funds that are being pooled in the large amounts. Okay. So how this fund is being pooled in, why this fund is being pooled in, there is no data that is there. Okay. If the businesses are giving the money for what purpose, so that is not being recognized. Second is that the transactions are processed under this arrangement, they did not comply with the originator and the beneficiary information requirements as said under the master direction on KYC issued by the Reserve Bank of India. You can understand that this kind of arrangement is not known under the payment system, or it is not known under the payment and settlement system. So what is happening, that the businesses are able to send the money to a certain entity or entities without directly connecting with that entity. That means that you can see that this business, let's say that this is Adani, Ambani, Reliance, or any other business that is happening in our country, they are sending huge amounts of money to the intermediary. So the connection is being shown between the business and intermediary. Later on, they can say that the intermediary ran away, but this intermediary is further transferring the money to the entities. Maybe the politicians or maybe some other entity. So you can understand that this is just a hypothetical situation, but you can understand that how the money laundering or how the transactions can happen between the originator and the beneficiary without actually connecting the originator and beneficiary. So this is a problem here, that the transactions are being processed under this arrangement. They did not comply with the originator and beneficiary information requirements as stipulated under the master direction on the KYC issued by the Reserve Bank. When you are transferring your money through the UPI from one bank account to another bank account, there is a direct linkage. Through the card payment, bank account, direct linkage. Through the wallets, from your wallet, the money is going to the account of some other person. So direct linkage is there. But in this case, there is no direct linkage. What is this? Intermediary runs away and the business says, we do not know, we have not said that the intermediary should give the money to a particular entity. How you are going to say that, okay, this business is at fault for giving the money to this particular entity? You cannot say so, because the business is not giving the money to the entity. They are giving this to the intermediary. So this is the intermediary must be having a valid account. Yes. See, a payment system has been found. This is not necessary that it is being used for wrong purposes. That's why RBI has not taken any strict action. You will see that RBI has not banned that card network. RBI has just restrained it for a short period of time so that the RBI can gauge that how this payment system, if it can be used in our country in a good manner, or if it cannot. The cost benefit analysis will happen. Maybe the costs are higher or maybe the benefits are higher. If the benefits are higher, it might be launched for the whole of the country. But if the costs are higher, it will not be. Like the UPI also has a, like the frauds can happen in the digital transaction. Still they were launched because the benefits were way greater than the cost. Okay. So that information, if the RBI is not releasing the information regarding the card network, the RBI will also not release the information regarding the intermediaries. RBI has not taken the name of the card network, okay? So now the idea is, as per the information that is available, only one card network has operationalized this arrangement in the country so far. That is, only one card network is engaged in this kind of activity. As the matter is under detailed examination by the Reserve Bank of India, the Reserve Bank of India also has to understand the cost and the benefit. The card network has been advised to keep all such arrangements under abeyance, to stop this kind of arrangements in which the businesses are sending the card payments to the intermediary and the intermediary is further transferring the payments to the entities without entities that cannot have the card payments or that cannot take the card payments. Okay. It is clarified by the Reserve Bank of India that the Reserve Bank of India has not placed any restriction with respect to normal usage of the business credit card. So this kind of thing was happening through the businesses. The businesses were using their the business credit card or the corporate credit card to send the money to the intermediaries, because here we are talking about the businesses and we are not talking about the individuals. Individuals use their personal credit card, the businesses use their corporate credit card or corporate or business credit card to send the money to the intermediaries to further transfer the money to the entities that cannot take the card payments. Maybe let's say there is a merchant. Okay, the business has taken from the merchant huge amount of tables or cameras, let's say. Okay, now this merchant wants to do the payment because the businesses they have the corporate credit cards and they usually tend to pay through the corporate credit card. So now the entity, that is the merchant that has provided the tables, is not accepting the merchant credit card or the corporate credit card. That's why the business is using this intermediary to send the money to this merchant that has provided the table. So this is a positive kind of system that is there also, that the businesses, if they have to use, they cannot use the UPI, because see, you can understand that the businesses, they have the corporate credit card or they have the business credit card. Through this, they make the payments to the merchant. But this particular merchant or this particular seller is not accepting the corporate credit card. It is a small MSME or it is a micro industry, micro enterprises that is there. So that's why the business is sending the money to the intermediary to pass it on to the merchant. This can also happen, right? So it is clarified by the Reserve Bank of India that only this kind of system, because this is not authorized under the Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007. That's why this kind of system is being stopped for now. But the businesses can keep using their business credit cards with the card network. So there is no problem that you can use your business credit card, just not for this kind of purpose. If you are using your business credit card, directly send the money so that we can track the process that is happening, the transaction that is happening. So this is the press release that has been released by the Reserve Bank of India. You can go and see in the RBI website also. This was released in February 15, 2024. The RBI has not taken the name of the card network. RBI has only said that there is such a card network in which this kind of thing is happening. The RBI, as per the information available, only one card network has operationalized this kind of arrangement, and this kind of arrangement is being stopped for now because the RBI wants to do further examination, detailed examination, but all the normal kind of business credit card transactions, they can happen. Okay, so the Reserve Bank has not placed any restriction with respect to normal usage of the business credit cards of this card network also. That is the clarity. Now there is any confusion? The RBI has not released the information that which is this card network, which are the intermediaries. RBI has just said that there is an intermediary that is in between the transaction. Okay, I do not want to provide you any information that is not given by the RBI, because that will be wrong information, as the RBI has not fully commented on this. It's not see, in our country, the card networks that we have is Visa, MasterCard, RuPay. The two other cards are also there, card networks. They are the international card networks, and the RuPay is the indigenous card network that is developed by NPCI. So for now, I will not say that they have political connections or something, but maybe it can be possible that this kind of system is present in the foreign countries. That's why those particular card networks thought that it is possible in our country also. But that is not registered under PSS. So there can be anything can happen, okay, not only in the negative sense, but in the positive sense also we can take this, that okay, this is a new system that has came into notice and the RBI has taken the time for detailed examination, and the card network, there is no restriction on the card network or such. There is only the restriction on this particular system, this particular arrangement. The card network has been advised to keep all such arrangements under hold, under the restriction for now, under the restraint for now, for the RBI to check on them that they should be brought into our country. India is a huge country. They should be brought into our country or not, okay. Yes, Diners Club and MX. Good. So there are 5 card networks in our country for now. So the PSS Act of 2007, you can read about it. This is the Payment System Act of our country for the regulation and supervision of the payment system in India. All the payment system have to be authorized under the PSS Act of 2007. This kind of system of the businesses sending the money through their corporate cards to the intermediaries or through the business cards to the intermediaries, and intermediaries transferring the payments to the entities, to the merchants. So this kind of payment system is not authorized under the PSS Act of 2007, as simple as that, okay. So the these merchants, these entities, they cannot accept the direct card payments, and that's why the intermediary was required. But this kind of system is not authorized under the PSS Act. Maybe make it legal or not. Now the last news article is regarding the IEPFA and the DBS Bank that have signed a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, to spread the awareness on the investment and fraudulent schemes. So a MOU has been signed between the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority under the aegis of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So this particular IEPFA, that is the authority, this is under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And the DBS Bank, they both have come into a MOU. They both have come into a MOU. So why this MOU has been signed? So IEPFA signs the MOU with DBS Bank to deliver the messages, to spread the information on the IEPFA's mandate, promoting the safe investment and protection against the fraudulent schemes of the fraudsters. Okay, the investors, they should be safeguarded. They should have the complete information that there are different kind of activities that are going on from the fraudsters. They have to the investors should be safeguarded. The message has to be spread. So that's why the IEPFA and the DBS Bank have came together, have signed this MOU. One single slip can make it all crumble. Invest wisely. So this is the message that the IEPFA spreads, and the DBS Bank has signed the MOU with the IEPFA. That is under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, to spread this kind of message further, okay. So according to the MOU, the DBS Bank aims to support the IEPFA's investor awareness activities by spreading the safety messages through various digital platforms that is present with the DBS Bank. So DBS Bank has extensive network of branches and ATMs in 19 Indian states, as well as it has the digital infrastructure that will significantly increase the reach of the IEPFA's investor awareness and protection messages. Okay, so through these methods, the DBS Bank will try to spread the message and and increase the visibility of the messages of the IEPFAs. That is, display the safety messages on the ATM screens to reach the customers during their banking transactions. Spread featuring the safety messages prominently on the bank's website. Ensuring visibility to online visitors that are coming to the bank's website. Sending safety messages through the WhatsApp messages or through the other messaging platform, like you get if you are enrolled with PNB or some particular bank, they also send you the messages that there are the fraudulent activities that are happening. So DBS can also use can also send these messages to the customers of DBS. Showcasing safety messages on digital screens within the DBS Bank branches. So if you are going to the DBS Bank branches, on the walls or on the screens, you can see the messages of the IEPFAs. Okay, that is regarding the investor safety. Maximizing the exposure to customers regarding the information regarding the investment, regarding the information regarding the safety of the investors and the safety measures that they have to take. Posting safety messages across the DBS Bank social media accounts also, like mostly the banks have social media accounts also. So this is the idea. Now IEPFA, this was set up on September 7, 2016 under the aegis of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, for administering the investor education and protection. Okay, so like there is the Consumer Education and Protection Fund, Consumer Education and Protection Department of the Reserve Bank of India. There is the Investor Education and Protection Fund and the authority of the IEPFA, that is the IEPFA, under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So since its inspection, the IEPFA has conducted several investor awareness programs aimed at increasing the financial literacy and empowering the investors to protect themselves from the financial frauds, from the fraudulent schemes. Yes, it is a foreign bank. Yes, it is a scheduled commercial bank in our country, as much as I know, but I will check that, and I will also like comment down below so that I can cater to your query. Okay. Done. So these are the 3 news articles. So try to give the right answer of this question. So this is the first question. This is the homework question. Now this is the second question. Another homework question, very easy question that you can easily answer now. So there is a big announcement from EduTap that we have brought for you the comprehensive guidebook for RBI, NABARD and SEBI. So that through a single guidebook, you are able to get many of your common queries resolved. If you want to know about the syllabus, the previous year questions are also provided with this guidebook. So you can easily download this guidebook, that is absolutely free of cost, and you can easily download this guidebook. The link is provided in the description box below. Okay. So this is it. Now I want to show you the students that have given the right answer of the previous session question. Yes, so the repetition that I do, that is from the perspective that I want you to remember the information during the examination, because as much time I am saying something, you are hearing that information out. So directly in the examination, your subconscious mind will remember the information. Okay, so that is the objective of mine. So you are most welcome, Vikram. Vikram has given the right answer. Okay, C and B. First of all, let us see the questions. So the first question is regarding the Reserve Bank of India and the Nepal Rashtra Bank. They have signed the MOU to interlink the UPI and the NPI, that is the Nepal Payments Interface and Unified Payments Interface of India. The second question is regarding the upward ceiling for the remuneration of non-executive director, that is rupees 30 lakh, that is the answer B. So C and B are the right answer. Vikram, Abhay, Meenal, Imtiaz, Dinesh, Ankita, Riya, Kingshuk, Kiran, Ankit, Pushpendra, Vardhman, Saurish, Rushi, Shubham, Divya, Abhishek, Rahul, Jai Bhim, Ashutosh, Akash, Yash, Mehak, Durga, Raj, Navdeep, Kinara, Siddharth, user Priya, user Mukul, YDV, Brunal, Ayush, Aditya, Ronak and Anmol has given the right answer. So Sudo, this was the news that was released in December 2023. So I will see that this is relevant from the exam point of view. If it is relevant, then I will bring the whole of the framework. Okay. So this is it for today. Do comment down below that what are the answers for the homework question. Do comment down below the answers of the homework question and any query that you have. You are most welcome, Ayush. You are most welcome, Saurish. So do comment down below the homework question, and if you are liking the sessions, do like it and do comment down below also, so that I can also know that you people are liking the sessions. Thank you very much for your kind comments as always. It is really wonderful to see so many of the kind comments that you send. Okay, and it really boosts the morale of the faculty also. So thank you very much. As well as if you have any query, you can call us here. You can mail us here. See, this is the mail ID. I saw a comment that how you can connect with us. So this is the mail ID. You can send your mail here. If you want to connect with the faculty, or if you want to know anything, you can anything that is relevant from the exam point of view, you can share the mail here. Okay. Urban cooperative circular, like I couldn't see the circular. Can you send me the link for the circular? Or if you are talking about the urban cooperative bank circular, that was for the master direction, so that you do not have to cover, because the master direction is just the compilation of all the circulars that have been released from previous time. So that is a lengthy circular that you do not have to follow. Like if there is a new circular that has come out, that you have to cover, but if a circular is just the compilation of previous things, so that is not relevant. So thank you very much everyone. Now I will be closing the session. It was wonderful connecting with you. I hope you have understood the session. And you can mail here with the text that kindly share this with Kritika ma'am. Okay. So do mail here with the text that you can kindly share it with Kritika ma'am, so that the team can actually share it with me, because they will otherwise not know that why you are sending the mail. Okay. Yes, these sessions are also relevant from the SEBI examination, but I will say that for SEBI, the current affairs just do not go too much in depth, because for RBI, you have to go in depth. For the NABARD also, some of the news articles like the Financial Inclusion Index came in the descriptive of the NABARD examination. So such kind of news articles are important from NABARD also. But in SEBI, there is no descriptive. And in the phase 1, in the paper 1, that is also sectional cutoff is not there. So do not go too much in depth in current affairs. That is it. Thank you very much. You're most welcome, Ayush. Do comment down below if you are liking the